means you won't do those things because you are white.
Hi lovelies, you're welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Belinda's channel. Thank you so much for all the love and support. Don't forget to please subscribe to this channel, turn on notifications so that anytime I upload a video, you'll be the first person to be notified. And to my returning subscribers, thank you so much for all the love and support. To those people that share my videos, leave commentaries, you guys are the real MVP. Thank you so much for all the love and support. Alright lovelies, let's get in today's video. So lovelies, I came at this video on my For You page on TikTok, and I thought to share with you guys as usual where this white guy was seen asking where is the white privilege, because he happens to be pro that a lot of people are talking about white privilege, but him himself, he doesn't have that privilege because he's a pro white guy. And a lot of people, like a lot of his own people, were stitching this video. Guys, I'm just gonna roll the clip as well as the stitches I was able to put together. Please leave me your own thoughts in the comment section of what you think of this video, and let's dive into it.
If there was white privilege, why was I always poor?
Yeah, his ideas about white privilege are all over the place. At one point he said, if I have white privilege, why did my mom, my dad, and my grandfather die? Because we're not vampires. There's not immortality. But a lot of people ask, if I have white privilege, why was I poor? Why did I struggle? Because it doesn't mean you won't do those things. It just means you won't do those things because you are white. Many groups have the same struggles you faced, plus others based solely on the color of their skin, and the fact that you don't experience those is privileged. In fact, you're so privileged you don't even realize those struggles exist. In one of his examples, he almost stumbles on the point. He says, if I'm standing with 5 black men and a police officer comes up, they assume I'm the one who's up to no good, completely missing the fact that they're saying you're guilty by association. If you're here with the likes of them, you must be up to no good. And yet all of those men are 7.5 times more likely to be wrongfully convicted of a murder than you are. And the odds are even greater if the victim was white. Oh, and if all of you got popped for drug possession, they're 12 times more likely to be convicted on that drug possession than you are. How about we say all of you are applying for a mortgage to buy a home? You're more likely to be approved than they are. In fact, in 2021, an AI bias caused 80% of black mortgage applicants to be denied. And an AI isn't automatically biased, it has to be taught that. And it's not like someone sat down and typed, be racist. It looked at the system already in place, it saw the bias that already exists, and it applied it itself. Now let's say you and all those guys get approved, get your homes, then a few years later, you all decide to sell in the same market. You will almost certainly get more money for your home than they will for theirs. Like this black family who had their home appraised and it came back being worth $472,000, and they thought that was low. So they had a white friend stand in as them, removed family photos, and the same house was appraised at being worth $750,000. The examples go on and on. You don't have violent stereotypes associated with the color of your skin. You're more likely to be shown in a favorable light in the media, even if you've done something wrong. It isn't hard to find characters in books and movies and television that look and sound like you. But perhaps the greatest example of white privilege is when white people say, I think racism would go away if we just stopped talking about it. Because for many, their only exposure to racism is in media and conversation. They don't actively experience it. And not experiencing it is in itself a privilege. If a terrible thing is happening in the world and the only thing you have to do to remove it from your life is to change the channel, that is privilege.
Because I have white privilege, I don't need to worry about getting into a job interview and having somebody look at my hair and telling me that I look ghetto. I mean, arguably I could, not brush my hair, but I will not experience the same type of pushback that somebody from the black community will get, even when their hair is absolutely gorgeous, meticulously taken care of. There are people who do not understand hair in general, and so in a job interview, they will be racist, and they won't think that they're racist. They will think that they're simply, expecting a certain standard, but that certain standard is racist. And that's why we need to talk about it.
Do you know how many times I hear, I'm white, but I was raised dirt poor? Name one privilege or benefit that I get. These are pictures of very poor white people in the 30s and 40s that were probably hardworking also. The difference is that they were able to go into public spaces without being harassed. They were able to go to hotels, drink from fountains, get jobs in white spaces, not be lynched. These people, on the other hand, were just as poor, we all know that they were not given those same opportunities. One of the benefits that you get from your privilege is that you're able to ignore your privileges so that you can ignore other people's oppression.
This is for all the white people who don't think they have white privilege. You do. I experienced it today. I would have been shot if I was a black man in my situation. So in my state, if you have a concealed carry permit and a pistol on that permit, it shows up on your driver's license and your registration, your plates, if the cops run your plates when you get pulled over. I have those things. And I got pulled over today. Now, to explain the situation, it was a little funny. Because I just jumped out of a lake in my area. You can jump into lakes anywhere and everywhere, and most of the roads home to my house were back roads, but there's this one section that's a main road. And as I was turning right off of the main road, there was a cop behind me who pulled me over because apparently I had a brake light out. Now, I just jumped out of a lake and I got all these wet clothes on. And normally I have a towel and a dress or a skirt or something to put on so that I don't have to sit in a wet bathing suit, but I don't because I've been all over the place lately and I had emptied my van and I didn't have that. But I did have a wet bathing suit on and I was like, oh no, and I shimmied out of that into my car, and so I was just driving home in a shirt with no pants on. And so I see the lights go on behind me and I'm thinking, oh fuck, man, I got no pants on. What do I do? So I reach over into my console and there's this massive Mondo bag filled with all God knows what. This thing is heavy and it's massive. Like, look at this thing. So I grab it and I stick it in my lap. And I know from how difficult it is to get a pistol when you get your training that you put your hands on the wheel. Always have your hands on the wheel and don't move them when an officer comes up to your vehicle. So I did that. And he's like, oh, do you know why I pulled you over? I was like, no, officer, I don't. Pretty sure you couldn't see I don't have pants on. Anyway, he tells me I have a brake light out and doesn't ask me for my license and registration because I would have to rifle through this Mondo bag and I have a pistol on my license. I didn't have to do that. I was like, oh no, I didn't know that. I'll get that fixed on Monday. Thank you for letting me know, with my hands on the wheels the whole time. And he let me go. Now, if I was a black man in a van with blacked out windows, and when they ran my plates, because they always run your plates when they pull you over in this state, they would have been hypervigilant and on the offense and perhaps would have gotten shot. I didn't get shot today. That's white privilege. It is as simple as that. Driving around with no pants on. With a pistol on my license. Did not get shot. White privilege.
So lovelies, when I saw this first video that I staged where this, palm colored guy was talking about how poor his generation was, so where is the privilege and why is it that a lot of people are talking about how privileged white people are. So if there was a privilege, he wouldn't be poor, his father wouldn't be poor, his mom wouldn't be poor. And I was like, is he talking about poverty here? We are talking about a place where he can go freely and come out freely. If I will be able to go there and come out freely. Nobody is talking about being poor or not. There is poverty everywhere. There is poverty in pan-colored people experience poverty. Black people experience poverty. Colored people, experience poverty. We are not talking about poverty. I want to make a version of a video I actually stitched here where a black man was harassed. He was harassed based on mistaken identity. This, black man was, or if you see him, you will know that he's very comfortable. He has a very tush car, clean car. Anytime they see people like that, people like me with such, luxury, they often think that maybe you're a dubious person. So this guy is always, flashy cars. He has, he's wearing a nice clothes with his girl and all of that. And he was stopped by, these people. And they were like, okay, we are in search of somebody like looks like you have this kind of hair. And the man was like, okay, you can do all your searching. Do you know what I did? They went ahead to handcuff this man while searching him. Like, what is the essence of handcuffing this person while you're this person is not, he's just calm throughout all the whatever they want to do. He's so calm. He's not trying to drag anything with you guys. You stopped him. You put him over. He stopped. He's all there. He's cooperating with you guys. So why are you going ahead to put his hand behind his back? Why you check his cars? And that's what they were doing to him. They were all checking his cars, trying to see if there is anything that could just, get him into one or two troubles and all of that. Definitely, they found out that this person is not the person they are looking for. It's a mistaken identity. Before you know it, his woman decided to bring up her phone to start recording, because these people, you need to be, 2-step or 4-step ahead of them. If not, you might be, So she was not recording. She was like, okay, you guys are done with your search and all of that. So like, will you just leave this man to go? Leave my man to go. Leave him alone. Let him go. They were like, okay, we still need to run some check. Like, what are you running some check? This person is someone that is a mistaken person. The time you're actually wasting to run other checks, you would actually use that time to go search for whosoever you felt this man looks like. Like, they were just trying to see if they'll find out something to pin on him. This is the kind of privilege we are talking about. Nobody's talking about poverty or no poverty or poor or no poor. Like, and why are you even supposed to be poor? You are not supposed to be poor because your ancestors, they were taking a lot. And when they were taking, where was your own ancestors? Like, don't talk about, there's a video I posted on my, ballistic gist where I talk about a lot of things that has to do with relationship, relationship, marriage, dating, advices, our celebrity gist and all of that. A girl stitched a video. She was talking about how she wouldn't want to, even if she wanted to go into an interracial relationship, that she wouldn't want to date a poor white man. She wouldn't want to date a poor white man because when their ancestors were taking stuff from Africa, where was he? Where was he? So even if you want to date people like that, you have to date high. You won't be a minority dating like that was it's on my other channel. You can just check the channel out. It's down below. You can just check it out. Like, seriously, nobody's talking about that. And another emphasis I want to make, this is just the issue of the black guy who was harassed for a mistaken identity. They find out that he's not the person. Instead of them to leave him alone, they decided to keep on searching until they find nothing. They found nothing on him. Then they need to, no apologies, nothing, and that is it. Okay, I also posted on that one because I compared the video because I want people like this to see. This person is a pan-color person who was stopped, and he was stopped because he was found doing something wrong. He was found doing something wrong. But this other person was not doing nothing wrong. He was just on his own, and they decided to harass him because they felt that the color of his hair matches the color of the hair they're looking for. After they didn't see nothing, they decided to harass him more. But this other pan-colored person, he was found doing something wrong. And the process of, okay, you were in the race and all of that, he was using it into the joke and he ran away. The policeman was just chasing him and left him afterwards and drove out. So what are we talking about? This pan-color person I'm talking about is would like call him poor, but oh my goodness, but he ran away. Nothing happened. Just imagine that someone of my own type is in that position. He was found doing something wrong and he was confronted with what he was doing and he ran away. What do you think would be the next thing to do? What would you think? Do you think that they would just get into their car and drive off? Like, this is what we're talking about. Nobody is talking about how, oh my goodness, you guys always talk about white privilege, blah, 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 but I am poor. No. Black people get to cut off their hair in order for them to, get into schools. Some of them have to, make some kind of hairstyles to get a job. If you are in a job interview and someone of my own type is in a job interview, do you think that they're going to give someone of my type that job interview? No, this is what we're talking about. Nobody's talking about how poor you want to be because maybe your ancestors, when his mates were taken, he was there maybe relaxing and chilling. And you want to blame it that you don't have the privilege. You so have it. You have it. So this should be a story for that. When I saw this video, I was like, look at what this young man is talking about. And I like the fact that his brothers and sisters were just, giving it word to word on him. Since he does not want to really know what privilege is all about. Or maybe he knew, but he's just trying to be so ignorant. A lot of them are just so used to it. A lot of them want to use reverse way and see privilege like this to give themselves the kind of realization that we are also oppressed. Like, they want to be oppressed so much. Anyways, lovelies, why not just leave me your thoughts in the comment section of what you think of this video. And don't forget that we do not support any form of bullying, harassment, or whatsoever. We're just here for educational purposes, so please share this video. Subscribe to this channel if you're here to do that. And I will see you lovelies when I upload it. Watch up to this extent. Thank you so much for all the love and support. Don't forget to please leave me your own thoughts in the comment section of what you think of this video. And do not also forget that this channel does not support any form of bullying, harassment, or whatsoever. We are just here for educational purposes, guys. So please share this video. Subscribe to my channel if you're yet to do that, and video is when I upload my next